Berger broke up with me on a Post-it.
On a Post-it?
Yep. Read it and weep, my friends.
I'm sorry I can't. Don't hate me.
Oh, right. We all remember the Post-it heard around the world in Sex and the City. We know breaking up can be hard to do, but if you cut that special someone out of your life by texting, well, then being disconnected could be part of what's going on with this situation. And Dr. Nina Atwood, author and relationship expert, can tell us so much more. Something about this just seems so wrong, but you told me it is happening all the time.
It is. You know, so the modern version of the Post-it breakup is now the text message breakup. And it's so interesting because one of the big dating sites did a survey not long ago and found the majority of people think it's okay to break up over text, but of course what they mean is it's okay for me to break up with you over text, but no one wants to receive that.
No, Nana, I have teenagers that have done that or been the recipient of a text breakup. But do adults do this?
Yes.
Grown adults?
They do. All
Really?
the way through. I've seen people in their 50s and 60s getting the breakup text. Oh, absolutely.
Oh my God.
It's happening across the spectrum because relationships are risky. And to really get a good relationship, you have to invest a lot of yourself and take a big risk emotionally. Texting is the easy way out. And it's really a way to say that I failed to establish a meaningful relationship.
I was going to say, maybe the reason they're breaking up is because they didn't have a meaningful relationship with communication to begin with. Because they were too busy texting.
Perhaps just a failure to connect.
That's my theory.
It's a failure, you're right, and it's a lot of other things, but it's a failure to really connect. And the thing about texting, and people use it in a lot of inappropriate ways these days, but the thing about texting is it robs you of all the emotional and social cues that you need in a relationship. So it comes across as brutal and hostile. Which is not what you want to convey in a relationship.
I'm still just so shocked that this is so common and that people think this is acceptable.
They do, because people are not recognizing the impact of getting an emotionally loaded text message and what that does to you, how it sets off so many reactions, emotional reactions. And so, you know, it really is about the golden rule. It's about having a value statement that says, you know, I'm going to treat people the way I want to be treated.
Right.
It's empathy. It's being able to put yourself in other people's shoes and say, well, would I want to get a text like that?
Right.
No, I don't think so. I think I'd like a phone call. I'd like something more respectful. So therefore, I will give something more respectful.
And I know it's hard when you're breaking up with someone, and like you said, texting is the easy way out. Do you have tips for helping people if they have to pick up that phone and make that phone call? I still think maybe you should do it in person.
I agree.
But what are some tips?
Now, this is just a general rule, but if you've dated someone 3 or 4 dates, then you can do a phone call. If it's longer than that, a month or 2 or 3, you're going to want to do it in person. But the bottom line when you're breaking up a brand new early relationship like that is you want to say, this isn't a love connection for me. And I'm sorry, it just wasn't a love connection. Don't explain. Don't get into details about what's wrong with them.
Right.
They don't need that.
You say, I'm just not that into you.
You could say that, but even that's a little painful to hear. But just, it's not a love connection, objectifies it over here. It's not. But a long-term relationship really deserves a conversation.
Oh, yes.
That deserves sitting down and
probably
saying,
a bottle of wine.
Lots of wine,
well,
right?
maybe not, because then they end up in other scenarios.
They don't break up.
They don't entirely break up until
it might be a little easier accepted.
Yeah.
Well, I love it. You can check out Nina's website. For more information, make sure you go to our website, thebroadcasttv.com, and we will have a link to her website.